out here because I'd seen the stuff on the Occupy Wall Street thing, and did some research. Definitely found this to be very interesting, and this was the closest one to where I live that I could find, actually. And even though I live in Wisconsin, I'm here in Minnesota, so.
Well, I was keeping up with the Wall Street Occupy, of course, and I was really hoping that Minnesota would get behind it because there's a lot of my friends and a lot of peers who, you know, are wanting to follow that, and we're so far away. So when it came to Minneapolis, of course, I'm like, well, I have to go down there, so.
I've always been politically active. This has been spreading around. I guess primarily I just want to be a part of history. But I'm also here because I'm suffering the same way everybody is. This economy we live in now is squeezing all of us to death pretty much, and we have to change it. We've got to do something. And if we don't do it soon, we're not going to get a chance.
No, and I just wanted to, do my small part to, get this thing going here, because it is, as you were saying earlier, this is a movement that's long overdue. The country is, becoming more and more impoverished by the day. Talking about the household income in this country is, has actually been going down for the past 10 years. The poverty rate, there's like 47 million people in this country that, if it weren't for the government, would be having serious food issues. But the people at the very top, and it's not just the top 1%, it's like the top 1% of the top 1%, have it better than any elite has ever had it in all of human history.
So my story is that I'm a native of Minnesota. I lived here 41 years of my life. I am at the point of losing my house to foreclosure. I've been looking for a job for 3 years since the economic downturn.
Basically, we're getting angry at what's going on with the government and the banks. We're losing our rights, taking away our rights, taking away our jobs. We got to start, getting attention from these people because they're not listening.
I was trying to tell some of the white brothers and sisters, it's not about racism. It's about good against evil, poor against rich, the have and have-nots. And as long as the rich people have poor black people and poor white people going against each other, allow them to do their bullshit. So we got to come together, black, white, green, purple, for the right thing. And that's what it's about.
Standing up against the corporate greed and against the just everything that is sapping and destroying what is the greatness that is America. And I mean, like, we've spent so many years of just business as usual, even after, we realized that business as usual isn't working. And, it was just one of those times where it's like, I saw people that were saying the same types of things I've been saying for the last 4 years. So I was like, okay, people are actually starting to listen finally. And so I figured I'd at least see what's going on.
Well, I have 4 reasons. 1, I want to end corporate personhood. 2, I want to nationalize our currency. 3, I want to demonopolize and in specific food groups, demonopolize in specific food groups, de-oligopolize food industry. And 4th, because change can be affected through more than just voting, and the self-interested politicians will want to stay in office. If they want to stay in office, then they will acknowledge the occupations that are occurring nationwide.
Well, like when Obama said, when you take away our jobs and you take away our housing, we cannot buy your products. So as a corporation, you need to think about this. When you take away our jobs and you take away our money and our housing, we cannot purchase your products. It will hurt you in the long run. And in the short run, you will be hurt. So it's time to change your ways of being and think about the greater good and humanity and Sustainability.
It's definitely a very hard job market. Everyone who has graduated college in the last 4 years is basically living at their parents' houses, working a job that normal people would have worked in high school 10 years ago. I'm working at Devani's right now, and I'm a college graduate. There's a problem with that I have less than $200 in my bank account right now.
You know, direct sense the inability of our government to do anything really of value to help the middle class and help the vast majority of people in this country, of course, has affected me. I have a service business, and if people don't have money, they don't call me and hire me to do my job. So when money's tight, yeah, it definitely affects my business. And when you give all the money to the damn banks and then tell the rest of us to, pardon my French, go to hell, you're on your own. Yeah, and that's what affects my business directly. That is important, but I think what's more important is to get the money out of politics. If we don't do that, corporations are going to own our politics and own our government. And this is what you get. It's just going to get worse than this unless we do something now. You wait much longer, or you wait until it starts hurting everybody, and it'll be too late. It may already be too late. I hope not, but I'm here.
It doesn't have to be like this. I don't think there's nothing inevitable about what we're going through. It's just a question of political will and enough people getting out there and making their voices heard.
Classism just as bad as racism. A certain class of people don't like this group of people. A certain group of people don't like this people. We need to pull together, you know. Like I said, poor against rich. There's more poor people than rich people. We need to stop shopping at a lot of the rich people's stores. You know, sacrifice. You know, we're gonna make a change.
When I was 20 and I had ideas, I could do anything I wanted to do. This is America, go do what you want. And I tried. And I just wonder, kids these days, I mean, do they even think that way? Do they live in that kind of world? A country where, you know, we're supposed to have every opportunity. It doesn't seem like we have that anymore. It seems like we're just supposed to work ourselves to death. You know, give all our money to the man up there in the building. So,
The main thing that I definitely see is a big issue is corporations being viewed as people. That is actually a really big issue. You know, maybe for tax purposes, that can be understandable, but that's where it should end. Not go even further than that, really, which is what it does today. I think even for tax purposes, it can be a little wrong as well, but
I joined that crowd.
Again, that would be something for people that have more legal understanding of the tax code than I do to at least help figure out a little bit, you know.
Well, right now the legislature is taking away my rights to get married. I am gay, and they're taking away my right to get married. You know, if I want to get married, they're preventing that. The Minnesota government is taking away my rights.
And my message to you, even though it's not necessarily connected to money, it's connected to survival. For me, the most important thing is for us to start storing our organic seeds and start gardening. We cannot survive without food or water, and water is being purchased by private companies, and it soon will be very expensive. It already is. But the point is get to water, start growing your own food, start saving seeds. That's how we will survive. Being one, being connected, and being a community.
I don't really have any particular any suggestions for change. I just know that the more people are out here and the more people that get behind a cause, there will be some kind of change. I think as a group, everyone is looking for something to change because we know it's not working right now. And I personally don't have any suggestions at all.
I would like to see people make more money because a lot of people are underpaid. They have to have 2 or 3 jobs. I like to see rent lowered. I would like to see the homeless people put up. I'd like for us to have health care, more jobs. like I say, power to the people, you know.
We need to have the power be back in the hands of the people. I mean, we have it where there's just, it's the same people that run our government. You know, it's a handful of like, what, not even 500 people that run our nation and decide what's going to be done for 300 some odd million people of all different types of walks of life. It's mind-boggling that 500 people would set the course for that.
There was the Tea Party. When the Tea Party started, it was started by a speech, by a rant this guy gave on cable. I believe it was Santelli or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like he was on the floor somewhere, and he was talking about, you know, I don't want to, you know, we shouldn't be bailing out these losers, you know, who bought these houses that they couldn't afford, and there was, you know, traders were behind them, and you know, cheering, yeah, down with the losers, and that's where the Tea Party got started. It was with anger at the losers, and in this country, you know, no one wants to be, you know, admit that they're a part of the loser class, even though the loser class, you know, is a solid 80% of the country in terms of their income growth, in terms of their net wealth, and in terms of their life security. So I think that's my concern, and that's what I you know, just by being out here, you know, contributing another body, you know, showing, you know, just to make, you know, people feel like, you know, there's a lot more of us than you might think, and that they're not alone.
Show up, get down here, do something. You're not on your own. You know, most of us are suffering, and the powers that be would sure like us to feel like we're all isolated and it's just our own fault. That's what they tell us. It's your own fault. That Kane guy was just saying that, wasn't he? If you're poor or you're not rich, blame yourself. Again, pardon my French. Asshole.
Fortunately, it's going up on YouTube. You can say that, right?
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Get out there, get down here, do something, get involved in party politics. Hell, show up at the Republican Party politics, help change that party, do something. Turn the damn TV off, turn the damn internet off. Sorry, now I'm for sure not going to get on. Get out and do something. Yeah.
Well, we need more and more people to get together. Like I say, black, white. I'm gonna put it to you this way: if the government can keep us separated, it's like my fingers. If I hit you like this, I might knock you back. But if I bring the fingers like this and ball them up and come together and hit you, I stand a chance of knocking you out. So that's what I'm saying. Black and white people, everybody, we got to come together as one. Like this fist, got to come together as one. As long as they keep us separated and going against each other and putting us against each other, we'll remain weak like we are. Weak. We got to come together as one.
I guess my message is just to keep an open mind and just put yourself in everyone else's shoes and see what's really happening in the world. Develop your opinion not off what you see with one facet. Look at all the facets, study them all, and then decide what you want to believe.